Hi guys, welcome back to another stream slash video. Today we're going to be playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. This is going to be part 5. If you did not watch the last two videos, go watch them. And I promise you'll like it a lot. You'll like them a lot. That's... Yo! Hi everyone. 1 second, I gotta something. Okay. What time is it? Oh, ugh. Sorry about that, Mateo. Does anyone really, truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Yeah, sorry for your loss. Sure, I've adjusted all the game settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? You're welcome. It's just what I do, like a day job. And now, the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. Ooh! Yeah, I've lost a few dogs too. And neither of us know what time it is. I guess more settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time. But that's okay. Video games were meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? No. That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There is still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again if you can find me. Talk soon. Epilogue? Guys, the epilogue! One more. Many, many years later. Oh, in space with Markiplier reference. Another one. Ah, here again, are we? Remember this in the first one? Ah, this brings back memories. Probably like 3 hours ago. About. If you guys watched all of this. Give me 1 second. Wouldn't that be cut in half on the bottom? Just kidding. That was a Sonic Adventure 2 reference. Which is the best Sonic game. Sonic Adventure 1 is in second. It's like the reference. Wow, indeed. This, not really. What? Is that? No way. Come on, faster. There's no way. Is that the bucket? The original one? Yes. Hog. Wow. Oh yeah, it's the memory zone. Stanley Parable 2. What's this? Is it the review from that original guy? Oh, it's probably gonna be a good one. Cookie Nine's blog. Oh yeah, it is. Uncompromising gaming content. Review, The Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fanbase. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole. Who cares? I do. Where are the new endings? What about enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1? Like the adventure line. Instead, we get an uninspired side quest, collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting. A welcome retrieve from... Retrieve from... 27. The Emmanuel Times. Cat Dog Born. Uh-oh, did I do that? I think I had them be a little too much friends. Scientists confirm hybrid species. Maybe they could make a show called Cat Dog. An animated one. That'll be cool. I'd watch that. Maybe one of the episodes would be about flea collars. Stanley Parable developers. No more spin-offs, no more sequels. I'm not reading that. Get on the green. Yes. I am Jim. Yes, Jim. It is the Jim button. The button that only says Jim. Wait, no, I should do this one first. Is that another? Oh no, it's just that. Okay, last Jim button that I see.
Stanley. 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 Stanley.
Property of.
Stanley.
Property of.
Jim.
No, not property of.
Jim.
But property of.
Stanley.
That's great. Stanley figurines. Stanley figure and letters. 26. I love how it remembered. Thank you for enjoying the new content. My favorite ending is the whiteboard ending. Hello again. It's nice to see you. Same. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise. What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Flip the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's full screen. We also really need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a neat title for our game. The Stanley Parable 3. Half employee, half Tuesday. Half employee, half Tuesday. More Tuesday. More cheese. The ghoulish cheese. The ghoulish chemicals. Saturday night spiders. The revenge of the ice cream. Grilled ice cream. Grilled champion. Wait. Consideration. Saturday night, Tuesday. The revenge of the Tuesday. Man, I would like if there was the final birthday party. That was my favorite. The revenge of the ice cream. That's what we're doing. The revenge of the ice cream. The revenge of the ice cream. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. What happens if you get on to this game 427 times? And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again, and again, and again, with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say as well. Let's do it. Good, then it's agreed. New sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you've put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing the narrator never found a way to give you the broken trophy, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there. The trophy machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral and on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. You are playing the Stanley Parable 3, The Revenge of the Ice Cream. The final birthday party. I love this. I could just sit here until the end of time.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Perhaps I simply missed a memo.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace, protective yet delicate, assertive yet compassionate.
What?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content
That's
for it
weird.
should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to
Markiplier's
announce
version
for the
is
first time ever,
way
the Stanley
funnier.
Parable 2.
Yeah. No, this isn't scary. This is funny. Watch the first
Yes, you see,
episodes.
isn't this
I mean,
far
videos.
superior
Watch
to
all
a
the other
measly port
videos.
with a few
Corn.
minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new
Set.
experience,
Crossing
built
out
from the
3
ground
and
up.
4.
Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
The sequel was not called.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Yeah. There's someone else in the chat.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
I think it's Caramel or Mateo, whatever that is. Out of order. You've been here. What? No, I didn't. New collectibles, infinite hole. I'm gonna end this. Like, oh, what's his name? Ended it. Where? Wait. 1 second. The pocket.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
That is the one I wanted.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
What's new?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
I'm gonna get this. Then I'm gonna go to the bucket again. Then I'll go get the free trophy. I was trying to make a story. Trying to get this achievement. Also, hi, Pandemonium. Yeah, basically, this is a mini game. It's a mini game trophy. Why would anyone want it this size? It's not a mini game. Oh, finally. Actually is. Hey, he might have a point. Cool.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named
Yeah, this is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. Huh. I did everything. Right, guys? Let me try and find the video. I know it's something like that. Ah, man, why does this have to take so long? Okay. Settings. Settings. World champion. Okay. I'm gonna try the volumes again. Maybe I gotta go all the way down with them.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay. This is how you did it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Come on. Settings World Champion. Set all sliders in the menu to all the available numbers. Yeah, it was. Okay, got it. So it was the audio. Okay, got it. Uh, oops. Okay. Great job. You did it.
I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion trophy. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider and that it'll be accessible from the settings menu. We'll sort out the rest of the details later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
Bumpscosity. Okay. I'm gonna see what bumpscosity does. Does bumpscosity? Okay. What does bumpscosity do? Heck. What the heck does bumpscosity? Okay, it does nothing. That's great. That's great. Bump viscosity. Oh, who left up the bump viscosity? That's my favorite word. Bump viscosity. Bump viscosity. Bump viscosity. Bump viscosity. Okay, I'm leaving it at. Oops, no button. That's great. I thought it would like make us like, or if we bump into something, it'll go like flying. Okay, got a new achievement. Barely. Oh yeah.
Wait, there are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling.
Yes!
Stanley, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Are you with me? Stanley! Oh, thank God. I didn't lose you. Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them.
Did this
I
one
know how
push
much
him
the bucket
off,
meant to you,
but did that one
but I
shoot
couldn't take the
him?
risk. I hope one day
Wouldn't it be bloody?
you can forgive me.
I forgive you. I really don't care. That would be creative too. Buckets. I saw the new content. Two adventure lines? Is that what it's supposed to be? Or is that just a McDonald's shirt? Disgusting.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to
Man, I
really
should have had
simulate
this
the
with the
full
bucket.
experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really...
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
Jim.
All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Jim.
See, if you'd only played along, that would have been your name the button says. But no. Instead, I can't even think about it. I'm taking the Jim button away.
No. No, 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 no.
Jim.
Aw. I like the Jim button. Jim?
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable too. They would appreciate what I've created
You
here.
need 3. Jump circle this map. Free trophy. Merch things. Okay. Last thing. Then we'll go to that. I wish we could get all of the trophies. Free trophy. Get yours now. Pull the How dare you spell it like that? Pull the lever. Step 2. Receive your trophy. Step 3. No more steps. It just works. Get yours right now.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as
Test
simple
trophy,
as
please
that.
ignore. Test
As you
trophy
can see, the
description.
machine is not working yet since... Wait. What in the
What
holy
in the
hell is
holy
going on?
heck? I mean,
You
heck.
got the trophy? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure. Composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
I like its picture. If you... Wrong thing. If you would... Its picture is like the... black and pink thing. That texture, whatever they give it. Whatever it's called. That's what it is. And it's great. I like it. Test achievement, please ignore.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Wait. Is it actually called a test achievement? Please ignore. Test trophy, please ignore. Okay. Oh. The deeper you fall, the messier the fall. How was the fall? Sans.
Stanley, here's an
Thought I
idea
told
that
you
I'm
to
truly
not-
fond of. It's never been done before.
I
in
thought
a
I
video
told you to
game.
never
This is,
make
in
a
fact,
video.
A hole
No,
that
just
you can
kidding.
fall down
I
forever.
thought I
That's
told you to
right.
not go here
Infinite
today.
falling.
Sorry.
You can fall until the end
Bye.
of time if
That
you
was
like.
the fall.
A stunning leap
Stop.
forward for video games as a
Sorry.
medium.
Bye. Bye.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this
Just
on
the
me.
two
Maybe
of
you're
us.
the problem.
We can make it if we try. Just the two
Look,
of us.
things got a little heated there. I think we both said some
Just
things
the
we didn't
two of
mean.
us.
Why don't we
Building
just put all
castles
this
in the
behind us
sky.
and agree
Just
to
the
just
two
call
of
the
us.
whole
You and
mostly
I.
infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it
Good
than
name.
you could ever have
I'm doing
asked
good.
for. It's a win
It's
for
a great name.
everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
when I dig 3 holes on my sister's head. I love your picture and your name. Thank you. What is this game about? Stanley, this guy right here. Yes. Oh, I don't remember that.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them.
No, they're just
Stanley.
flat.
I'll
They
be
aren't
back.
even cigarettes anymore.
Toodlepip.
Come on. Okay.
Here
think
we
that's
are.
all.
Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Completed. Oh, exit. What? Not letting me out. I want to go to the exit. It's right there. Oh, this is the exit.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now? So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
The Revenge of Ice Cream.
This is the... All of his co-workers were gone.
What
What
could
could it
it
mean?
mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Perhaps I missed a memo. Oh, gosh. Who bumped up the box? Oh. Where did the butterscotch go?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Thought I had the stickers.
Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I have an idea.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find out. Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Now remembering content from a long time ago. I have to do something.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping in... All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Wait. Okay. Kyle! Hello! What took you so long? Uh, okay. Uh, I gotta find how to get this one ending. If it is ending. Okay. Uh, Sorry for taking so long. Oh. Okay. Okay, you know that. Okay, so actually is an ending with these pink things. I found out where the third and fourth one is. Okay, where?
God, the bumpscosity in here is absolutely overwhelming. 1,000? You people have got to be nuts. How can you stand this much bumpscosity?
Nothing. Did I already get two? Oh,
When Stanley came to a
read
set
his
of two
name.
open doors,
Sure.
he entered the door on his left.
I get the thing. My gosh.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked,
And here's the fifth one. What? What? Is it saying push the buttons? Here with 100 buttons. Oh. Is there more to this ending? This is great. This is ending number 6, I think. The heaven ending. This doesn't feel like that to me. Super Pop. That's his name. Room closet ending is my favorite. Okay. Okay. Quitting too many. Okay, guys, that's the end of the live stream / video. I'll see you guys in